Ladies and gentlemen, this is WrestleScope, and I hope you're sitting down, because what went down tonight on Smackdown wasn't just a match, it was a massacre. Nia Jax didn't just beat Charlotte Flair, she destroyed her. She broke the Queen, she shattered the illusion, and she sent shockwaves through the entire WWE universe. And make no mistake, this wasn't part of the plan. This wasn't the usual Charlotte Flair story. No. This was Nia Jax unleashing real, raw destruction, and what we witnessed tonight might have changed the SmackDown Women's division forever. Hello viewers, if you're new here, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for daily updates on WWE Raw. Fans are furious. The locker room is in chaos, and right now WWE officials are scrambling to figure out what the hell just happened. We've got the exclusive timeline, the backstage reactions, and the shocking aftermath of Nia Jax's brutal destruction of Charlotte Flair. So don't move a muscle, because the story we're about to tell you will make your blood boil. The moment the Queen fell. SmackDown opened tonight with anticipation in the air. Charlotte Flair, the Queen, the 14-time women's champion, made her signature entrance. The robe, the confidence, the trademark arrogance. But there was something different tonight. Maybe it was the tension backstage. Maybe it was that simmering look in Nia Jax's eyes. Because when that bell rang, something snapped. From the opening lockup, Nia wasn't wrestling. She was assaulting. She didn't care about technique. She didn't care about style. Nia Jax ragdolled Charlotte Flair across the ring like she was punishing her for every ounce of privilege and favoritism that the Flair name has ever stood for. A thunderous Samoan drop on the outside, a running senton on the announce table, and then, the moment that made the entire arena gasp, that devastating leg drop across Charlotte's neck after the match was already called off. Charlotte wasn't moving. The referees were begging Nia to stop. WWE medical staff stormed the ring, but Nia Jax wasn't finished. She looked straight into the camera, straight into the faces of millions watching around the world, and said just 5 words. The Queen is dead. Those words echo across SmackDown like a funeral bell. The backstage chaos. Moments after that brutal beating, all hell broke loose backstage. Charlotte Flair was stretchered out of the arena, clutching her neck, motionless, silent. The entire women's locker room was shaken. Even Bayley and Asuka, who normally don't show sympathy, looked horrified. And what about Nia Jax? She stormed through gorilla position like a woman possessed, throwing production crates, screaming at security, and shouting, "No more Golden Girls." Reports say she had to be physically restrained by 5 WWE officials, including Jason Jordan and Adam Pearce, before she was escorted out of the building. Cut to Imagine crowd footage, fans chanting, "You crossed the line." And here's where it gets even more shocking. According to sources within WWE, that segment was not scripted. Yes, the match was supposed to be competitive, but no one in production expected Nia to go into that kind of rage. The officials called an audible, the medical team jumped in, and the commentary desk went silent. This wasn't entertainment. This was real violence in real time. And here's the question everyone's asking tonight. Has Nia Jax just ended Charlotte Flair's career? Or has she just exposed a deeper, uglier truth inside WWE that fans have whispered about for years? The history of hatred. To understand what went down tonight, we have to rewind the clock, because this isn't the first time Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair have clashed. Back in 2021, remember their infamous Raw match? The one that turned into a real-life fight mid-match? Slaps, stiff shots, botches, and no one knew if it was real or not. Fast forward to 2025, and those old wounds never healed. Charlotte became the face of every title scene, while Nia was branded reckless, dangerous, even unprofessional. WWE management always kept Charlotte on the pedestal and Nia in the shadows. But tonight, Nia Jax made her move. She didn't just want to win a match. She wanted to send a message. A message to the WWE Universe. The Queen doesn't rule anymore. A message to management. Stop protecting your favorites. And a message to every woman in that locker room. fear me or fall before me. Nia Jax has always been controversial. She's hurt people before. But this wasn't clumsiness. This was intentional, deliberate destruction. And now fans are wondering, did Nia Jax just start a war that even she can't control? The locker room's reaction. Backstage, the atmosphere was electric, not with excitement, but with fear and anger. Becky Lynch was reportedly the first to confront Nia before security pulled her away. Bayley called the attack disgusting. Bianca Belair, who was scheduled for a dark match segment, was said to be visibly upset and demanded to check on Charlotte in the medical bay. And according to one insider, even Triple H was furious, slamming his headset on the table and ordering the cameras to cut away immediately after the assault. One anonymous WWE producer told WrestleScope directly, and I quote, "This wasn't the plan. This was a meltdown. Nia crossed a line you can't come back from." Another official added, "If Charlotte's neck injury is legit, this could trigger a suspension or even a release." That's right, a release. Nia Jax could very well be fired after tonight's chaos. But here's the part that makes this story even more explosive. Nia Jax doesn't care. Sources say she left the arena smiling, shouting, "Maybe now they'll respect me." If that doesn't make your blood boil, nothing will. Charlotte Flair's condition. As of this hour, WWE medical staff are still evaluating Charlotte Flair's injuries. Early word suggest a possible cervical strain and concussion symptoms. She's been transported to a local medical facility, and WWE has issued a short official statement. Charlotte Flair is being evaluated following an in-ring incident. Further updates will be provided when available. That's it. No footage, no follow-up, total silence. You could feel the crowd's energy die the second Charlotte was carried out. Say what you want about the Queen, arrogant, entitled, always handed opportunities, but you can't deny her talent. You can't deny what she's built. And to see her like that, lifeless, broken, on a stretcher, it hit hard. The women's division without Charlotte Flair, that's like Smackdown without its heartbeat. But the bigger question now, is this the end? Did Nia Jax just write the final chapter in the story of the Queen? The fan outrage. Social media has erupted like wildfire tonight. Hashtag suspend Nia Jax is trending worldwide. Fans are calling for accountability, demanding WWE take action. Some even say this is the CM Punk moment for the women's division, a real-life breakdown caught live on air. One fan wrote, "This wasn't wrestling. This was an execution. Charlotte deserves justice." Another said, "Nia just ended her own career." And maybe they're not wrong. Because let's face it, this didn't make Nia look dominant. It made her look like dangerous. Someone who can't separate the performance from real life. And for a company that prides itself on protecting its stars, tonight was a catastrophic failure. Where were the referees sooner? Where were the producers? Why wasn't that match stopped earlier? These are the questions WWE now has to answer. What happens next? So what now? Here's what we know. WWE management has called an emergency meeting tomorrow morning. Triple H, Nick Aldis, and Shawn Michaels are all expected to attend. Nia Jax's future with the company is on the line. And if Charlotte Flair's injuries are as bad as feared, we could see one of the most severe disciplinary actions in years. Rumors are flying that Nia Jax has already been pulled from upcoming live events. Her match graphic for next week's Smackdown has been quietly removed from WWE's official site. Some insiders are whispering that Triple H himself is considering a public suspension announcement to calm the outrage. And if that happens, it won't just be the end of a rivalry. It'll be the end of Nia Jax's second run in WWE. The woman who called herself the irresistible force may have finally collided with the immovable consequence. The deeper truth. But here's the thing, folks, and I want you to really think about this. What if Nia Jax wasn't wrong? What if underneath all that rage, there's a truth WWE doesn't want to admit? That certain stars are protected, that certain names, certain legacies, Certain families get opportunities handed to them no matter how many times they fall. And what if Nia Jax, in her own brutal, unforgivable way, just snapped because of it? Maybe that's the real story here, not just one woman's violence, but one company's favoritism, boiling over into chaos. WWE's women's division has always been about dominance, legacy, and hierarchy, but tonight, that hierarchy was torn down in front of millions. Maybe, just maybe, this is the spark that forces WWE to change. Because whether you love Charlotte or hate her, whether you cheer for Nia or despise her, you can't deny one thing. Tonight felt real. Tonight felt unpredictable. Tonight felt like wrestling the way it used to be, when anything could happen and the line between fiction and reality